Hello friends, let's look at the topic of milk. I say milk is not not a food. In fact, I say many times milk is a poison. When I was working in Kodagu Institute of Wildlife Veterinary Research, I came across one very interesting finding. There, a lot of elephants are there. It's a natural habitat for elephants. And sometimes the elephants are lost, especially the tiny ones, young ones. The herd is, moving fast and the elephants sometimes get lost on the way. And many of the times such elephants are found discovered by the villagers, and they bring the elephant baby elephants to the village, and they really want to save the elephants. So what do? They try to give them the best care possible, just like they do with their children, their own children. And one of the most common things that they do is feed the elephants cow milk, because elephant babies depend on mother's milk for long time, just like human babies. And most of the times, after they start feeding the cow's milk, the elephant babies situations start worsening. They start having loose motions, cramps, abdominal pains, diarrhea, dysentery, and they usually most of the time die. So after these incidents happened in India as well as in Africa, where African elephants are there, scientists from forest, working on wildlife and all, they have developed special elephant milk formula for feeding such, lost baby elephants, orphaned baby elephants. And this milk does not cause any such effects. And this milk does not have cow milk. It is made totally with other components. And one of the interesting thing here is the best milk for baby elephants is human milk formula. If nothing is available, human milk formula is the best alternative for it. So this triggered something in me, and if the cow milk is not good for baby elephant, how come it is suitable for humans? How come we are having it from thousands of years? As people say, you see, the cow is our mother, and since time immemorial, we are all drinking cow milk and all. We hear such stories. Our grandparents were healthy because they had cows, they had lot of dairy and all. But later I discovered in myself that whenever I had cow milk, a glass of cow milk or lots of dairy, ice cream or tea, such things, I got lot of problems like stomachache, bloating, gas, indigestion, pain, constipation, these kind of things. Then I realized there is something wrong, and I started digging this up and found out that there is a concept called lactose intolerance. Lactose is the sugar that is found in milk, that is right. It's a sugar that is found in the milk. So people who cannot digest cow milk, they are called, or any milk for that matter, lactose intolerant. It is nothing but a situation where when we drink cow milk, because the lactose is not digested, it starts acting as a foreign material, or we can say toxin. poison, whatever you can call, right? If a material cannot be digested in the digestive system, it is definitely toxin for us, poison for us. Our body cannot handle it. Then I further went into this concept. I quit dairy, I shifted to a vegan diet, and my symptoms improved. My duodenal ulcer improved a lot, right? And this journey of self-discovery continued, and I found out that traditionally the milk was not directly consumed in most of the cultures. Milk was consumed in a fermented form. For instance, in all the parts of India, in all the states, all the places within India, milk is curdled, that is fermented, and then buttermilk is made, and the butter is taken out, and the butter is used rarely in the form of ghee or directly in the form of butter, and the buttermilk is the one that is consumed, daily, heavily, regularly, continuously. This is what I found when I discussed with my elders and people who are doing dairy in villages. So I asked many of them why they were not drinking milk earlier. I asked them, and I found out that they said when we drink milk, earlier there was no sugar. You must remember this point. Earlier there was no sugar, and when we used to drink milk, we used to feel nausea, right? Difficulty, a feeling of vomition, heaviness. So milk was never really consumed regularly in earlier times, but it was consumed as part of festivals by making payasam, hogi, kheer, these kind of recipes, and that were only during some special occasions, festivals, or that kind of situation. Second thing was, earlier there was jaggery, and if we really put jaggery and heat the milk curdles. Okay, so we can say this kind of practice was really not there. So what happened when the sugar consumption started rising? People started putting sugar in milk and taking it. Milk is nauseating, that is, it tries to come out. Our body tries to throw out the milk because it is not possible to digest it. And sugar is constipating. It suppresses this nauseating feeling, so the milk is remaining inside, and this become a habit. So I see that milk has just become a carrier for sugar. If you drink milk without sugar, you will not feel comfortable. It feels disgusting, right? So coming to milk, what is milk actually? Milk is a temporary food produced by the mother of mammals. Okay, mammals means the ones who have mammary glands, breast, to take care of the babies during their infancy, because these babies were born in a very helpless state. They don't have digestive ability, they don't have teeth, they cannot walk, they cannot eat solid food, all these kind of things. So milk is basically a temporary food. The proteins in the mother's milk are different than the proteins in cow's milk or buffalo's milk or goat milk, right? So we can see that a baby which is drinking its mother's milk can easily digest the mother's milk. The babies, we can see, they are throwing out the milk. The babies really don't know how much to drink. and mothers also force feed them to drink more and more breast milk, right? And most of the time the babies throw it out. Every day we can see this happening. And the milk that comes out is already curdled. It is no more in the form of milk, right? But if you drink cow milk, if you even drink it it goes into the tummy. And if you vomit after 10 minutes, 15 minutes, if you induce vomition, you will see that it is still in the form of milk. It is not digested. So it clearly shows that milk is not digested by adults. The enzyme lactase that is necessary for digesting the milk sugar is produced only in childhood, right? Because in childhood, the child cannot digest other foods, cannot eat other foods. As our body develops, as the child starts getting teeth, the lactase enzyme production goes down. Mother's breast milk formation goes down. Baby's solid food intake goes up. And lactose digestion capacity goes down and it becomes very less, right? One more thing I found is if a person is working very hard because of the movement, because of the blood circulation, because of heavy energy use, they can digest a little bit of milk. But if a person is idle, sitting, in a sitting job, mental work, like a IT engineer, a doctor, a teacher, these kind of people find it very difficult to digest the milk. So now the milk consumption has become a daily habit in most of the population. In children, milk and sugar, milk and Bournvita, milk and Horlicks, milk and Boost, milk and Complan is given. And as they grow up, they are given milk tea, milk coffee, milk ice cream, and all these kind of things which contain milk. And because of this one habit, entire family, entire nation, is unhealthy now. So many issues at the population level, right? One of the things that you can see all around is everyone is having acidity. I have shared a case of one Rukmini Jadhav today. A small video is there about full body swelling. She had only one, wrong dietary practice, that is drinking lot of tea. She was drinking 7-8 milk teas every day. And everything else was perfectly alright. She had perfect diet, eating regular seasonal local foods. Her primary diet was roti. She is a farmer working in the field every day. And by giving up milk, she recovered. She was here yesterday. So within 4 months, her entire body swelling has gone. Right? So if she would have gone to hospital, I don't know. It depends on the doctor actually. They will go for tests, this, that, and all, and they will come out that it's body swelling due to unknown cause, this, that, and all, inflammation and all. But it all goes back to milk. So I have a list here for you today. It's a age-wise list. Scientifically proven effects of milk on our health. I will put the list in the YouTube description. I will also put the links or references, 5 most important references where you can find all these listed. Okay. So here are the effects across all life stages. This happens across all life stages. Lactose intolerance, that is inability to digest the milk properly. Bloating, that is swollen or tight stomach. Gas, excess gut air. Diarrhea, loose stools. Abdominal pain, stomachache. Cramps, painful gut squeezing. Reflux, burning in chest or throat. IBS flare, irritable bowel syndrome. It is becoming very common. Acne flare, after you start drinking milk regularly, acne starts coming back or it starts anyway. Sinus congestion, you will be feeling congested, that heads and all congested. Mucus formation, more and more mucus in the nose and throat. Headaches, lethargy, that is laziness. Skin dullness, dull skin. Microbiome disruption, that is imbalance in the gut. You will feel constipated, or unable to pass stools, or stool coming in the form of lumps, all these kind of things. Inflammation, irritation in the entire body, or any infection is there, you will feel so down with it. The fever feels so much heavy. Inflammation. Iron interference, people who drink lot of milk, their iron absorption is reduced. Medication interference, some of the medications will not be absorbed properly. They gain weight because of the excess calories. LDL rise, low density lipoprotein, this is bad, bad cholesterol. Triglycerides, blood fats increases. IGF-1, growth hormone activity rises. Poor diet diversity, people who drink milk and eat milk containing foods, because they are consuming it along with sugar and other additives, flavors, stimulants, their desire for eating many other foods reduces, right? So systematically they will be having deficiencies. Allergy reactions, foodborne infections, like dairy is one of the most powerful source of infections. Antibiotic residues, there are lots of antibiotic residues wherever you take milk now, animal source milk, there is feeding of this feed for increasing the milk production. There is injections of hormones, antibiotics, all those things, they all comes to milk. Hormone residues. There is again migraine, many of the people I have seen, they have migraine headaches because of heavy milk consumption. Halitosis, that is bad breath. Slow digestion, slow gut movement, it is nothing but constipation. There is chronic sinusitis, sinus infections from months and months and months, not getting better at all. And many other contaminants, that come from fodder, grass, feed, that get into the cows, and then they all get into the milk, they will be getting into your body. So these things are observed across all ages. Let's see what happens in specific age groups. Infants, the babies from age 0 to 12 months. Milk protein allergy, there will be strong immune reactions seen in the babies. This is when babies are given cow milk, goat milk, or buffalo milk, right? Then there is bloody stools. Then there is eczema. When a baby gets eczema, if the mother stops drinking milk, the eczema gets better. Okay, try to understand this thing. Growth faltering, the child's growth will be reduced. Colitis, inflamed colon. Feeding refusal, the baby when given cow milk or other milk, let's say the baby is 6 months old and you have started giving it cow milk, it refuses to take the breastfeed or regular food later. Sleep disturbance, it does not sleep well. Occult GI blood loss, there will be hidden bleeding of unknown origin. Iron deficiency anemia. Renal solid load, that is kidney strain. Microbiome imprint, that is weak gut foundation. If a baby is given, I have seen some children who have been given cow milk thinking that is special, amrutam, something like that, and they suffer with low immunity throughout their life. Such children, their gut formation does not happen properly. Vomiting, gas pain, constantly crying children. Delayed gastric emptying, that is slow stomach clearing. Dehydration risk, the children skin feels dry. Nutrient displacement, the babies they tend to avoid solids. You see, when you give children milk, they get addicted to this quick intake of the milk, it just goes inside. There is no chewing required, there is no holding required, no physical activity required. So they feel averse to solid food, and later you will find that it is very difficult to give them other foods. There is maternal colitis. If mother is drinking milk, the child will get colitis. Colitis is infection of the colon of the baby. Maternal eczema. If the mother is drinking milk and she has if the mother has milk drinking habit, the child may get eczema. If an infant has eczema, it is solely because of mother's milk intake or junk food intake. And by giving up, when the mother gives up the milk, the eczema automatically improves in the child. Then constant stomach pain. The baby is always crying because of the stomach pain. There is gas, there is bloody feces, there is sleep disturbance. And when the mother gives up milk, these symptoms increase. Then there is children, that is 1 to, next category is children, 1 to 10 years. Chronic constipation, chronic congestion, asthma aggravation, asthma wheezing, these things we are seeing more commonly developing in childhood age now, totally related. I have seen n number of children who are addicted to milk and having asthma. Ear infections, repeated ear infections, irritability, hyperactivity, like children are just shouting, playing, not bothered about anything, you know, headache sensitivity, toilet training delay. Such children, because they are not able to pass the stools easily, they will oppose toilet training. They will not support in initiating the toilet training. Skin rashes of unknown origin. I have seen this in many children. Sleep problems, high sugar load, because milk always goes with sugar. All kind of symptoms associated with sugar intake are also seen in this. Dental caries. Dental caries was a problem of old age earlier. Now it has become very common in children. The milk teeth itself are getting dental caries. That is because of milk plus sugar. Dental caries means dental cavities, tooth cavities. Perioral dermatitis, skin problems around the mouth. Sinus symptoms, wheezing, blocked nose, nasal deviation, headaches, all these things. Appetite crowding, appetite crowding means whatever the child is eating, roti, mudde, millet, whatever, the child demands, milk along with that. That means the child has got habituated to eating milk. GI sensitivity, frequently getting, stomach upsets, worms, motions, vomissions, diarrhea, loose motions, food poisoning, all these kind of things. Milk overuse anemia. If a child is given more and more milk, it develops anemia. That is, the hemoglobin level decreases. Weight shift. The children start becoming fatty at the early itself. The next stage category is adolescents, age 11 to 19 years. Hormonal acne, especially in girls, with onset of puberty, you can see, suddenly development of acne is happening. Give up milk and that goes down very nicely. Acne scarring, and even when the acne is healing, huge scars are left. That stays lifelong. You see, I also have that thing, right? So acne scarring, higher growth hormones. Higher growth hormone does not mean the body grows properly. It means that the body grows in the wrong way. Higher and lower both are problems. Menstrual discomfort. I have seen that the menstrual discomfort, pain, cramps, backaches, mood swings, all these things are strongly related with milk intake. Stop dairy intake, stop milk intake, and you will see your cramps will become much easier, much smoother. Uh, uh, Regularity of menstruation comes back. Heavy bleeding, absent periods, PCOD, all these things will get better. Whey protein acne, body image effects, rosacea. This one disease is the rosacea. The cheeks become red. It's an autoimmune disease. It is also becoming very common. And one of my client had this issue, and he got better. Now he is all right. He had this issue for many years. Now he's totally free from it. He gave up milk. And there is mood agitation. All this plus hormonal changes happening in the body, plus the hormonal effect of milk leads to mood problems, mood swings, mood issues, frequent disagreements, all these kind of things in teenagers. Sugar spikes, supplement interference, that is iron issue, diet displacement. Diet displacement is a condition wherein the teenagers avoid all kind of foods and start preferring milk. So what happens? So many deficiencies will develop in the child. Coming to next life stage, that is adults 20 to 60 years. Increase in bad cholesterol, prostate cancer, prostate marker increase, acne persistent, listeria risk, that is an infection that is very bad for pregnancy. Pregnancy nausea, the nausea that is happening now the nausea has become so common in pregnant women. It was not common earlier. It is totally because of milk and junk food. The GI, your digestive system is not clear, not working properly. That's why when the baby is developing, you are getting nausea, vomiting feeling. When you start avoiding milk, maida and sugar, that goes down. Joint inflammation, joint pains, metabolic syndrome, higher metabolic load, all kind of disease, metabolic disease, BP, thyroid issues, our diabetes, n number of hundreds of diseases are there. All that risk of all those diseases increases. Pancreatitis. Pancreatitis is becoming very common now. It's extremely painful. Inflammation of pancreas. It's seen, associated with milk intake. Occupational allergy. Convenience overuse. Chronic reflux. Some people are not feeling comfortable at all after taking food. They feel as if the food is coming out. They want to vomit. Every time when they are eating something, and it's because of milk. Abdominal fat, this belly, adults we are seeing nowadays, they are having big huge belly with fat as well as gas. Give up milk tea, and you will see within 1 to 2 months it will be so much flatter. Sleep disruption because of lot of other responsibilities during this age, and development of diseases, mood issues, all these digestive issues. Sleep is disturbed, and everything goes down from there. Okay, the last category is older adults, that is 60+ year old people. They develop, because their consumption of milk is happening from many years. They develop the most severe form of the effects of milk intake. Severe lactose intolerance, high reflux sensitivity, high LDL sensitivity, triglyceride sensitivity, microbiome instability, constipation tendency, joint pains, fall risk, medication interactions, kidney stones, chronic sinusitis, dehydration, infection vulnerability, poor dietary adaptability, heartburn, slow gastrointestinal transit, low enzyme activity, and high inflammatory response. You can see lots of diseases happening in old age, which are mostly due to increased inflammation in the body. So I read almost 120 to 130 list of diseases health issues that have been scientifically linked by multiple studies. All these are based on scientific evidence. Plus, you can see lots and lots of videos, articles on many blogs about these things. So, what is the best thing then? If not milk, go for plant milk, plant-based milk. You can make milk from peanuts, soya, coconut. We had that for years and it was fine. Or you can have milk from a genuine source, a farmer who is having cows, who does not have wrong practices like giving antibiotics, hormones, injections and all. Curdle it at your home, take out the butter and use the buttermilk. In fact, so-called vegetarians should take buttermilk every day without fail, because that is the most common source of vitamin B12 for vegetarians. That or fermented foods. Okay, so this is about milk. We have given up milk very long back. We are living in a remote place. We don't have cow or goats. We don't buy milk from the market. So we don't see that we are having any issues. In fact, it is scientifically proven that if milk is not digested in your system, it leads to weaker bones. It causes bone loss. Okay, and most of the Indians cannot digest milk, so consuming milk leads to bone loss, weak bones, joint pains, all these kind of issues. So that's why I say milk is not a food and milk is a poison. Take care.